Am I saying yes to things that don't bring me closer to my highest joy? Am I pouring from an empty cup? Am I giving my time and energy to others when I should be using it for my own needs and my own healing? Can I accept that I'm always worthy of being loved, even during the seasons in my life when I don't have much to give? That saying yes to myself instead of others is actually an act of love rather than selfishness. These are some questions and truths I've been reflecting on during these recent moments of motherhood. I'm learning the importance and beauty of boundaries as I choose to only say yes to that which brings joy, love, safety, and peace into my home, allowing everything else to gently fall away. My yes is sacred, and when I treat it so, life becomes sacred. I just wanted to do a quick little life update. I've been pretty absent here for the past month, and things have honestly been really crazy this last month. Traveled a little bit, we saw some family, which was nice, and then we ended up camping on the way home at this really beautiful, beautiful spot. I didn't film much of it, I just took a few little family photos and clips. It was really nice. Our house flooded twice. The first time it flooded was when we were gone on that camping trip and out of service. Yeah, Austin got a new job. Yeah, he didn't have a job for like a week and a half, so that was a little bit stressful, but luckily he found a job soon. I feel really grateful for that because I was a little nervous that I would have to start working more, and I had just a little bit over a week ago, I just did my last wedding of the season, and I decided I was just done doing photography and working. It just was too much as a new mom for me. So yeah, I was a little anxious about that because I was like, I don't want to start working and spending more time away from my baby. I want to spend every moment I can with her. I just had a lot of breakdowns this past month and a lot of breakthroughs. And I feel like I can finally breathe again now that I'm done. The last of my photos I took, they were all so beautiful. The clients were lovely, but I realized that I said yes to way too many things. And in hindsight, I don't think I would say yes or agree to anything within the first year postpartum, at least. I'm so grateful that I have the privilege to do that and that my partner is willing to work and support our family. I just can't imagine mothering another way. It's hard to be away from my baby. I just love her so much. She's 9 months old now. She's crawling all over the place, and her personality just shines through more and more each day. She's just so sweet. Like, she's so sweet and snuggly and like so cute. And she's also starting to get really silly, and she's definitely fiery. She's like sweet and spicy, she knows what she wants, and she's strong-willed and stubborn, which is good. We need those traits in women, especially in this day and age. And yeah, she's crawling around on all fours like a little bear. She doesn't use her knees. She stands up on everything, and she's starting to talk more, and she can say mama, and instead of dada, she says bubbas. So we've been calling Austin Bubbas or Bubs because that's what she calls him, and it's so cute. And she just has the cutest laugh and the funniest, silliest faces. And yeah, I'm obsessed with her. So just super grateful that I get to spend this time with her and be able to stay at home with her. It's just my greatest joy. I have been evaluating all of the things that I've been saying yes to and my boundaries, and I'm just realizing that I've been saying yes to a lot more things than I even have the time and energy for. That has just been wearing me thin because my highest priority is my baby. When I am stretched thin on my time and energy, then I miss out on taking care of myself and meeting my needs because I'm just not willing to sacrifice my child's needs. I've been feeling really anxious and overwhelmed. Yeah, I've just been doing a lot of reflecting on that and reflecting on, where is this people pleaser inside of me coming from, and what boundaries do I need to create, and how I can allow myself to say yes to myself first and to my family, and just letting everything else fall away that I don't have time and space for. It feels really good, and I'm just trusting that everyone and everything that's meant to stay in my life will stay here in my life throughout motherhood. If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. That's the vibe that I'm in right now, and it feels so good. This past week after the last wedding, I really just unplugged from everything. I haven't been on social media this past month, and that's been really nice because I just didn't have the time and space for that. I felt like it was one of those things that giving energy to social media wasn't really bringing me closer to my highest joy and my deepest desires. I just spent a lot of time slowing down with me and my baby. We started to get on this really good routine that was more consistent because I just felt like I was in survival mode, and that's been really nourishing and wholesome for both me and my baby. Like I said, I feel like I can finally just breathe and just relax and feel the state of ease that I haven't felt in a long time. And I don't want to be the mom that's living in survival mode, just trying to get through each day. I want to be the mother that is loving her life, and I want my daughter to look back and just remember me enjoying my moments with her and having fun with her. Things already feel so much better. I think the more that I fill my cup, the more I'll be able to give to my daughter and to my family and to the people closest in my life. I think it's so important to transition into a phase where like me and my family come first and foremost, and then whatever else shows up in my life, if it's not bringing more love and nourishment and support into my life and into my family unit, then it probably just doesn't serve me, and it just doesn't need to be here right now. And that's okay. It doesn't mean any of these things are wrong. It's just such an inward time of life. Like, motherhood really is such an inward time of life, and yeah, you get to evaluate your yeses and your nos, and yeah, it feels really good. I feel really good. I feel like I'm in the best headspace I've been in for a long time, so super grateful for that. And yeah, I think that's it for my update. I will just share what is real and true on my heart this next week, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. is so pretty right now. The light, it's like the sun's coming through, and then there's dark clouds and also blue skies and hazy mountains in some places, and wow, it's so pretty. I hope you can hear me over the wind. I just had so much fun with my family. We came up into the mountains and just ran around and took some pictures and made some videos, and I got such beautiful pictures. I finally have the time to be able to play around and be able to create for myself, and it feels so good. I just felt like for the longest time I got stuck in the same patterns with photography. I was just taking pictures the same and editing the same. It wasn't bad. I feel like I was producing beautiful images, but I wasn't expanding and pushing myself as an artist. And I think I was just in a really comfortable and safe place because most of the work I was doing, I was getting paid for by clients. And I was kind of scared that if I kind of changed things up or edited differently or shot differently, my clients wouldn't like it and they would be upset because they were paying me for it. And I was taking so many photos and videos that I really didn't make that much time and space to create for myself. Yeah, I really think that was part of the reason why I was starting to lose joy in doing photography. It was something that I loved so much. I started doing photos when I was probably 13. I got a point and shoot for Christmas, and then I saved up in high school and got my first SLR camera, and I remember saying, I will never do this professionally because I love it too much. And then people started asking me to do their pictures, and it was making money doing what I loved. But yeah, I think when you make what you love and turn it into a job and don't give yourself that space to just create for the love of it, you lose the joy of it. You really do. I guess another thing that made me sad about my photos was I have so many beautiful pictures in so many different beautiful places and moments and times of other people. I would go on retreats and take pictures of other people in these beautiful countries and beautiful places, and I would capture people's wedding days and their special moments as a family, and I was just missing out on taking those photos for myself. And I look back and I just have so many pictures of other people and not enough pictures of myself and my own memories, and that makes me really sad. I think it's the curse of being a photographer. Now that I have a family, I just really want to get more photos of myself and me with my daughter. And as a family, I want to be able to look back and remember these moments. And I want her to be able to look back and see me and have beautiful pictures of me. And so my goal is to really push myself by, capturing my own life and these own moments and taking pictures that just bring me joy and happiness. And I also want to start learning a lot more about video. I feel like I don't know anything about video. It's so much different than photography. I'm sure you guys can tell if you've watched my videos. I have no idea what I'm doing. And then beyond like editing and taking the video, there is, whoa, I'm like looking at the sun and it looks crazy. It's just about to set. And then also, creating a storyline and making it interesting to watch and entertaining, that's still also foreign to me, and something I would really like to learn and get good at. And I feel like my purpose with photo and video is just to be able to show what's in my mind. I have such beautiful visions in my head, and I feel like I see the world in such a beautiful way. And I want to be able to express that through the medium of video and photography, and I feel like I have such a long ways to go. So yeah, I'm really excited to start pushing myself and see what is created through me after this whole process. It just started raining right when we got back into the car. It's so pretty outside though, look at this. I love this spot so much. The rest of the week, I focused on eating really nourishing foods and being slow and gentle with my body, lots of snuggling and playing with my baby. And after the first couple days of my period, we started going on some gentle walks and spending a lot of time grounding in nature and basking in the sun, and it felt really good. It definitely is different taking the time to slow down when you have a busy baby that wants to crawl all over the place. So I just accepted my life with where it's at, and Austin took her on walks in the evening so I could have some time to rest to myself. But yeah, this was a really beautiful week, and I'm so thankful for you all being here and tuning in with me. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.